it's Kathy Cates with B105, and I am in the beautiful woods of Wrenshall, where I grew up. Ken's gonna love that. But I'm with Kevin Koen on his property, and he has a bunch of maple trees, and he does this every year. He makes maple syrup. It's fresh, and it's delicious, and it's right from Wrenshall. So tell us exactly how this all works.
We just come out and drill a hole in the tree, and we put our taps in. We run a hose down to a bucket, and then we wait for the sap to run. The temperature's got to be 50 degrees during the day and freeze at night for optimum sap collection. And we collect every day or every other day. We bring it over and we put it in a tank. Then we run it up to the house. And I store it in my cooler until we have time to cook it. And
Which we'll show you that process in a little bit, right?
That's correct. And then we boil it down from there.
Kevin and I have Jake with me now, who's going to explain the next step of the process. So now what?
So when you take the sap out of the cooler, you put it in the top container, which is a pre-warmer, so that we never add cold sap to the bottom, because we never want the boil to stop, to be able to make it boil as fast as we possibly can. So we burn off, we have it so we burn off roughly 8 gallons an hour right now, and if we were to add cold sap to the big tank here, it would cut that time probably in half. We would burn half off.
So how many gallons of sap do you do in the season?
This year we're probably only going to do 500. We try to shoot for around 600. Depends on year to year. Sometimes we only get 300, sometimes we get more. It all depends.
That makes sense.
And we stick a tape measure in here to measure how many inches. My dad knows how many gallons per inch fit in this pot. And when we're getting close, we kill the boil and it just steams off to where we get very close. Then we take it out of here, put it in a cooler, let it cool, then he filters it. And then after he filters it, we put it in the turkey cooker and he finishes it off and tests it with the hydrometer, and then let it cool to 180 degrees, and then we bottle it.
We started with 220 gallons and we're down to the last 6 or 7, and we should end up with 5.5 gallons of finished syrup. We finish on propane as opposed to wood-fired stove, so that we can control the heat so that it doesn't overcook. This is the final process before bottling, and right now we're testing it to see if the consistency is right.
Oh yeah, 2 lines left.
Bottling process is done at 160 degrees so that when it's put into the bottles, it's canned and sealed and can stay on the shelf for up to a year.
So we're in Kevin's oink joint, and this is where the finishing process takes place, and I see that you have got some product.
Yep, these are pints and these are quarts, and as my son told you, we finish out at 180 degrees and we bottle it at that temperature, and then it's canned and sealed and ready to sit on the shelf.
So this has taken years and years of scientific study?
It has. I've been doing this for 20 plus years now, and I and my friends have learned an important lesson over those years. And we know exactly how much beer it takes to get to 1 gallon of syrup.
To finish the process. Well, I'm going to let you get back to your beer, and I'm going to take this home with me. So there you have it. That's how you make maple syrup here in Wrenshall, Minnesota, where these guys have all year to live with this motto.
I tap that!
Gut,